Hello students, are we ready for the problem? All right, let's read it. It says, which expression is equivalent to 23 to the 0 power? So I'm looking for something that is equivalent. It means the same value. Is that right? And I know what you're thinking. Miss, I can just put this on the calculator. I can input 23 raised to the 0 power and I will get an answer. And I agree with you. So do that. And if you do that, more than likely you're going to get a 1. Now, the question here is, why do I get a 1? Is it going to be like that all the time? Right? So what I want to do next is I want to prove to you that it is. It is going to happen all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down 23 as my base again. And I am going to raise it to a certain power. I am going to start with the third power. And I need your help on the calculator. So I get 12,167. Okay? So the next one is going to be 23 again. But now I want to raise it to the second power. And I will get 529. Then I want you to do it again. 23, but now to the first power. And that will give you a 23. So I don't know if you see my pattern here. Can anybody guess what I'm doing? I raise it to the third power. Then I raise it to the second power. Then I raise it to the first power. So I hope that you can see there's a pattern here. Yes, the numbers are decreasing, but the question is, how are they decreasing? So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's happening. How is it that I'm going from this number to this number down here? And if I need your help with the calculator, I want you to divide that by 23. So input 12,167 divided by 23. And yes, you should get 529. Are we correct on that? Awesome. So we're going to do the same thing. Now to go from 529 to the 23, I want you to check for me. Does it work? Do you input 529 divided by 23? Do you get a 23? I'm pretty sure you do, right? So I'm guessing you know what I'm going to put in next, right? Now I want you to prove to me that when I raise something to a 0 power, I get the same number. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to divide 23 divided by 23 on the calculator. What do you get? You do get a 1, right? Yes, very good. So basically, this is a rule that we are going to apply. Anytime that you raise a number to a 0 power, you will always get a 1. Okay, let's do the next problem. And it says, simplify the following expression. -6 to the -4th power. Okay? So the first thing I need to do is I need to see if I remember that there is a rule that applies when something is raised to a negative power. Do you guys remember what am I talking about? If you don't remember, I'm going to help you right now. So there is a formula that I have right here. You didn't see it earlier? It was there the whole time. So they want me to simplify, right? Okay, the expression. So this basically the rule means, which I have right here. The rule says that if I am raising or if I'm using a negative exponent, I need to rewrite it as a fraction, and the exponent will turn into a positive. So I'm going to rewrite my expression Don't forget that it has parentheses. So I need to write it as a fraction. Numerator is a 1. Denominator is exactly what's inside the parentheses. The only thing that I'm going to change is that exponent. It becomes a positive exponent. And if you guys remember what it means negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. That's what it means by negative 6 to the 4th power. And I will get 1 over, if you use a calculator, you will get 1,296. And that will be my answer for that problem. Let's read the next problem. It says, simplify the following expression. So I need to simplify the expression that is given to me, right? Which is 1 over 5 to the negative 3rd power. Okay? So now I'm still working with a negative exponent. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to do the reverse of what we did earlier. Since my exponent is negative and it's on my denominator, I'm going to need to rewrite it. Remember, you always need to rewrite your problem if it has negative exponents. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite it. When I rewrite the expression, it's going to be 5 to the 3rd power as a numerator. On the denominator, I can put a 1, or I don't even need a 1. Okay? So 5 to the 3rd power is the same as 5 times 5 times 5, which gives me 125. Very good. Let's read the next problem. And it says, simplify the following expression. So we're going to simplify. And the problem is negative 3 to the negative 3rd power. Okay? Now be careful with this one, because you got to remember that that negative doesn't really belong to the 3. That negative, and I'm talking about this negative at the front, that negative is not inside parentheses. If it was inside parentheses, then it will go with the 3, but it's not. So this negative does not really belong to this 3, but the negative 3rd power does. So I'm going to need to rewrite it. Anytime that we have a negative exponent, we need to rewrite it. Is that correct? All right, so let's rewrite it. That negative, I'm going to leave it alone. I don't do anything with it. My numerator, I will write down a 1. My denominator is going to bring my whole expression as 3 to the negative 3rd power will change to a positive 3 or a positive 3rd power. Are we clear? Okay, so that negative stays on the numerator, right? 3 to the 3rd power is equals to 27. So you can either write it like that, negative 1 over 27, or you can rewrite it as negative in the front and then 1 over 27. Either way, it's correct. Okay, so that's my answer, or this can also be my answer. If you prefer to write the rule, we can do that. So my rule says, if a is raised to a negative power, I need to rewrite it. Okay, and when I rewrite it as a fraction. And the fraction will be 1 over same base, same exponent, but the exponent turns into a positive exponent. Very good.